Hey everyone, Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning, dynamite service with explosive results. Make sure when you're blowing out those downspouts, when you're blowing out the tracks, what will happen is a lot of the limestone granules, if they're dry and they're not wet, they're gonna blow out, and they'll blow out, all over little side entrances to the garage. I've already blown the driveway off. But make sure you sort of clean up after yourself once you're finished with a gutter cleaning. Now we bagged up all the dry debris, we demucked, we blew out, and now we're about to run a flush and a rinse on this property. And then we're gonna snake out the downspouts. But I wanted to show you a couple of things. The front foyer is very pretty through here. And when I blew out these tracks, especially the ones that are underneath the soffits here, what happened was, even though I chased that way, when I was coming around this side here, chasing into here, a ton of limestone granules not only dropped down, but also blew all over their front foyer. So my reason, for this video is to be mindful of the things that you're doing when you're out here and to clean up after yourself. Don't be that contractor that, you show them your before and after pictures. You did a great job on the scope of work that you did, but you were really messy. And just because I had the blower out, this area here in front of one of their vehicles was full of pine nettles and just debris. So I went ahead and blew that off as well. But the primary reason for making this video is because I want to show you guys something. I'm on my second bag, and the first bag is full. It's 55 gallons. Of basically dry pine nettles. And then I put another 3 mil bag inside of a 5-gallon bucket, which what I do is when I bring a bag up with me, the bag is attached to me, and then I have a bucket, and I'll bring everything out with my gutter cleaning tool, which you guys all know what that is. And then I fill that bucket up. Once that bucket is full, I then dump it into the bag. Once the bag is full, I launch the bag off the side of the roof. This particular bag, I knew I only had some corner spots to dig out and a few downspout areas that were clogged up. So what I did was I put the trash bag inside of the 5-gallon bucket. This is not the normal way that I would clean because it would fill up so quickly. It's only 5 gallons. But so if you turn around really quickly here, what I want to show you is the bulk of the debris obviously is the pine straw. And then you can see in there some of the limestone granules that I had to dig out. That is the infamous barbecue tongs or salad tongs. But you can hear that it's a quality non-bendable metal. Great for cleaning gutters, if you're gonna be cleaning gutters off the roof. But what I do wanna point out to you is that I keep a strap on here. And why do I do that? Why do I have a strap on my bucket? Well, it's twofold. Number one, this can hang off the ladder. So when you're working up there, instead of connecting it to a vent pipe or something like that, because some pitches are so steep that the bucket wants to fall over. So this can be hooked on. When you're working, you can hook this through your belt loop, and the bucket is not going to slide off the roof or dump over onto the screened-in enclosure or whatever it needs to be. Another great method is if you just simply drop the strap down like that while you're working, you can put your foot on the strap. So while you're working, for instance, if you guys take a look, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to sit on a roof. You're basically going to take whatever heel that you're dominant with, which in this case it's going to be my right, even though I'm left-handed. Then I'm going to take my left foot and I'm going to tuck it behind there. So I'm going to take my left foot and tuck it right behind this boot, and then I'm going to sit. So I'm going to sit just like that, okay? And what's going to happen is I have the ability now to sit on the back of my boot. So right between my butt cheeks, the heel of my boot, and I can't slide. If I could get maybe I'll take a 0.5, see if that, I've got gloves on. So there's the 0.5. I'm sitting, that foot, even if it's on a pitch, can't slide whatsoever. And my body then is now locked in place because my butt is up against my boot. And that's a great way to sit onto a roof. It doesn't hurt your knees, doesn't hurt your joints, you're locked in place. And this bucket will generally be off the side of me. So if I had the bucket over here, it's gonna look something like this. Where you're hooked in, you're locked in place back here. All right, and then you've got your foot there, and your bucket's sort of behind you. The strap, you know, the bucket would be out back here like this. You know what I mean? With your foot locked in. Remember to lock that foot in and sit on that heel, and let that sort of do its thing. So anyway, I just like to give you guys tips and tricks that work for me, because I don't want to see anybody falling off a roof. I don't want to see anybody coming home in severe back pain or limping because their knee is killing them. This is not easy work. You know, this requires a lot of bending and stretching and pulling, and I want to make sure everyone's safe up there. So throughout the course of the decades that I've been doing this, I have learned techniques, especially within the last 5 years, because you get stuck in doing something that you think is the right way, and then you learn a new method and you're like, wow, why haven't I been doing this all along? So just to give you a helpful hint, tip and trick. One more tip and trick is this. I'm gonna turn you guys around and go back to my normal focus mode. On your blower, you'll have an adjustable ability to put the angle of your blower. Now, normally, see if I can do this one-handed. Normally, I would, let's see, I would have to go over here real quick, guys. Okay, so normally, this just spins and turns without two hands. So see how this spins and turns? Normally, I would have the blower like this. Now, this would be switched around like this, giving me what it should normally look like. That's what it should normally look like, and I'll let everybody see that. That pitch is up so that when you're blowing out. When you guys are doing gutters, flip this upside down. So I'm gonna let you see the angles really quickly. This is what it normally looks like when you're blowing leaves, blowing off a driveway, whatever you're blowing, okay? That way your blower is facing like that and you're coming along. With gutters, do the opposite. Face it down like that. So that's this, let's say that stick is the gutter, you know, I'm going towards there. That way, if you have it in the down position like that, you can then use your blower to forcefully get all of those limestone granules out without blowing crap all over yourself. So once again, you know, this just goes on just like this and then turns right into here. Sorry about that, guys. There you go. And so she looks like that. All right. And that way, when I'm using the blower, I can turn the blower sideways. You can turn the blower sideways and get in there and really blast that stuff out. Just another helpful hint and trick when you're blowing out gutters. I don't think it's necessary that you need me, to see me do it in action, because I'm not here teaching. Once again, I want to reiterate to everybody on here, this is not something that I do to get monetized or to be paid for. This is something that I do to help the community, especially the new guys and even the old guys that have been stuck in their ways doing the things that they've been doing for years and are getting burnt out. There are methods that are much more efficient and effective. So we're all here to learn from each other. I am no teacher. I am no, professor. I am not here to, pretend like I know it all. I'm just here to give the information that I've received, that I use, or things that I've taught myself just out of pure practicality. So I'm gonna get up on this roof and I am going to get all of those gutters flushed, and I'm gonna snake all these downspouts. I've already pulled all the corrugated extension pieces off of the aluminum downspout, and I've dumped all that and I've cleaned that up. Now I need to clean that up, but there's going to be more that's going to pour out of here. So, we're gonna deal with that. Also, another big one before we end this video, when you guys are doing super gutters, okay, the super gutter is gonna be the gutter that's attached from the house to the screen-in enclosure. We refer to that as a super gutter. When you guys are doing those and you're blowing stuff everywhere, it doesn't have to be just limestone granules. It can just be sediment. You're gonna dump a bunch of stuff all over the pool deck. So make sure that the homeowner opens up the cage for you so that you can come in here and blow off the pool enclosure and make it look really pretty for them. Get it spot free, dust all those leaves off, and then go above and beyond and take care of some of the stuff that's over there. And that way, when they come home, they'll be absolutely thrilled. And make sure that you lock up. And that way, when they come home, they can see, oh, bummer, he was right. I didn't think it would close. Well, got it. Interesting. We'll fix that in just a second. I have to break out my Leatherman. Always carry something on you. I carry the rebar. I've got the Surge. I've got everything. But the rebar is great. The Skeletal is great. Make sure you guys are carrying a multi-tool up there with you at all times. And that way you have the ability to cut. I was just up on a roof the other day, and I got to tell you, I got up there to do I was doing a house wash with a gutter clean, and I got up there and there were roots that were growing through this flat roof underneath the aluminum. And you pull them and you're gonna rip up, you're gonna do some damage. So you've gotta cut them. And I needed a saw, and I didn't have my Leatherman on me, and I always carry it. So you probably won't need it. You're not out here turning bolts, so you probably don't need a screwdriver on you. But with that multi-tool, you have the ability to do many things. I had to go down off the ladder to get my multi-tool. I keep one in the truck, I have one in my tool bag, I have one on the rig, and I have an EDC, which is an everyday carry, that I carry with me all the time. So I carry the rebar right now. It was the Skeletal, but I really like the rebar because of its functionality, and it's also about 7.2 ounces, so it's nice and lightweight. I'm not sponsored by Leatherman. I'm just saying that carry a multi-tool with you. I don't care if it's a Gerber, I don't care whatever it is. Because if I would have had my saw on me, which I always carry inside of my multi-tool, I would have not had to get down off that roof to cut that root, because it was a nasty wooden root. I mean, this thing was that big around, and it was damaging the root. And they had no idea. The homeowners don't get up on their flat roof. Most people are scared to walk them because they're so flimsy. So you got to know where the beams are if you're going to get out there and walk on those roofs. Don't just step onto something above a pool enclosure that has no support underneath it. Be really careful out there. Take care, everyone. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning. Dynamite service with explosive results.